Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Jonathan Mills Patrick, and this is my series, How to Meet Investors. This is the third lesson in this series. My first series, What Investors Are Looking For in a Startup, I'm proud to say is on Udemy right now and has over 500 students taking the course. This series will be on there shortly too once we finish live recording, so be sure to watch for it. So in the first two lessons, we talked about how to meet investors at using Who Do You Know, this statement. The second lesson in How to Meet Investors, we talked about going to pitch competitions. Today's lesson is very similar to the second one, to pitch competitions. But the third way to meet investors is to get accepted into accelerators and or incubators. Now they're slightly different, but I'm grouping them together for today's purposes. Accelerators and incubators are programs that are usually managed by folks who have ran startups before, and they take you and your co-founders through multiple courses to prepare you to launch your startup and move it along at a faster pace. Thus the reason it's called accelerator or incubator, to grow something, to accelerate the growth of something. These folks have experience in running startups. They come at it from all kinds of directions. They also bring in mentors to work with you, much like pitch competitions. And much like pitch competitions, the end of most sessions of accelerators or incubators end in a pitch competition, and some of the startups who have gone through are able to win cash prizes. Accelerators are becoming increasingly popular because of accelerators like Y Combinator and Techstars that have been very successful in launching startups out of them. The reason they're a great place to meet investors is because investors often give back and mentor some of the startups going through the accelerator program, and they also show up for the pitch competition, which is also often called demo day. They often show up for demo day as a chance to see the startups that are coming out of those accelerators or incubators. Now these can be a little tougher to get involved with because there is an application process, and they usually only take so many applicants into the accelerator. Accelerators typically run about 90 days, and they may take anywhere from 10 to 15 startups into the program. So if there's more applications, it could be that you're not accepted. So it's a little bit tougher to get involved with, but it's worth it. One more thing to note, if you're going to do an accelerator program, oftentimes they'll ask you to move to that part of the country that the accelerator is in during the process, so there can be some costs with this type program of your own in terms of living expenses and things like that. Generally the programs themselves don't charge you anything, but it's just kind of your living expenses of staying in a hotel or renting or something like that. So keep in mind there can be a cost to this way to meet investors, but it's very well worth it, not only from the knowledge that you're going to get, but generally from the contacts that you'll make. You often get what you pay for, and so having some expense is usually worth it in this program. I know because I was involved in a startup that went through QC FinTech out of Charlotte, and it was a great experience from us. We met a ton of investors and were able to engage in conversation with them. So check them out. Best way to do it is go on and actually Google it, accelerators and incubators. Some will be in your area, and some may even be across the country. You can also find out what they specialize in terms of the industries that they focus on. Go ahead and check those out. That is the third way to meet investors. Hope you're enjoying this series, and I look forward to the next session with you. Have a great day. Take care. Thanks.